What were your first impressions? What did this guy tell you about Coach, and what were your first impressions, and what did you find out about how accurate that was, about what he recalled?
My teacher, he just told me like what kind of guy that Bronco was and what it was really going to be like out here, because it's coming from such a different area and it'd be a big change, but he kind of broke it down what it would be like for me.
Pretty accurate, though, as far as Bronco's personality?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You catch 2 touchdown passes in team there. I guess just describe those plays and what went right.
The first one I think was just a malfunction on the defense. I had just like a simple seam route right up the middle, and it just opened up nicely for me. And then the next one was just like our money play, and we run that one a lot and scored a few touchdowns on it, so we know it's always going to be there.
Have you seen the offense gel through the first, I guess, week and a half of camp here?
I've seen it. We've came a long ways. We're still installing new plays, so we're still not playing at our full capability yet. But I feel like we're really gelling, and players are starting to get better and make plays for us.
How much of a difference is there with Riley coming into this year being the guy as a receiver?
It's a big difference just because Jake and him were such different quarterbacks, and Riley's just a real competitor, and it's nice to have him out here, and we're really confident just to have one quarterback that we can really focus on.
Sorry I'm late, but your thoughts on being back after missing a few practices, miss a beat, where you left off?
I feel like I picked up where I left off. Feels good to be back out here with the team. I hate being able to miss practice, but it feels good to be back.
Feel like you were kind of treated fairly through the ordeal?
Yeah, I feel. I made a mistake, and they handled it accordingly, and now I'm back.
Bronco likes to call them, he said, personal contracts with players. Do you like that relationship you have with Coach that way?
Yeah, I really do. I feel like if there's ever anything wrong, that I'm able to keep in contact with him and tell him what's going on.
How about the X's playing kind of behind you, how they developed through camp, especially when you weren't seeing reps?
I feel like Skylar Ridley's came a long ways because he's in the number 2 spot right now, but Mitch Matthews is still coming off the mission, but he's came a long ways too, and I feel like we're going to be deep no matter where we're at, so it's always nice to have good backups like that.
That word deep gets tossed around a lot around these wideouts this year. Do you feel like it's as deep or as strong a core as BYU's had since you've been here at least?
I think it's one of the deepest cores that we've had since I've been here. Just really the athletic ability and the height that we've brought in, and the will to compete against the DBs.
How excited are you to get an offense rolling with a quarterback who knows he's the guy kind of from day one, and Coach Doman's had a year kind of hit the ground running, so to speak, against Washington State?
I feel like we're going to come out really quick against them because we can really focus on Riley being the quarterback, and Coach Doman's got a year under his belt, and I think he's still learning as well, but we're going to be a lot better than last year.
You like going for those jump balls? It seems like Riley wants to look for you a few times.
Jump balls are definitely my favorite, but I like catching all the routes. I like getting the ball and making plays.
I mean, you talk about having one quarterback and continuity. How important is that with Riley, as far as it seems like he keeps plays alive, and maybe there's a little more instinct and working on things with each other? Can you see more kind of breakdown plays work this year because of that, because he's been around more?
I feel like it'll definitely happen. It happened last year, but I feel like Riley's trying to become more of a pocket passer too, to become more of a dual threat quarterback, and he'll run when he needs to, and it's always nice to be able to have that ability.
Are you the only starting receiver that can dunk?
No, I think Ross can dunk, Mitch Matthews can dunk, but JD, I don't know if he can touch the net. But I think that's about it. We got some athletes in the receiver position this year.
How about defensive players who can hoop it up? KVN likes to play a little bit.
KVN can play a little bit. He's strictly a defensive player. Can't score. He tries to dunk, but doesn't get lucky very often. But yeah, Ross is a good defensive player too. Ross is just a good all-around player as well.
How much do you guys like to play with the basketball guys over the course of a year? Do you guys hang out a little bit?
Yeah, I played a few times this summer with them just to kind of keep in shape, and but we'll call each other. We'll figure something out, and just get after it.
Our coach is pretty cool with that. I mean, I think some coaches probably worry about guys getting hurt playing a different sport, basketball, for example.
No, our coaches, they don't seem too worried. When I talked to Coach Mendenhall about it, all he told me was just wear ankle braces and just be safe out there.
I know. Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, Cody.